Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Augustus, and I'm back again with another episode of Tsukihime. When we last left off, we made it onto Ciel's path proper. We are fully 100% locked into Ciel. Hey. And we made a promise that we would not go out at night. And I posed the question that, how long do you think that's going to last? And my guess is that less than a day, but I don't remember for sure, to be perfectly fair. Just going over something very quickly and double checking my notes to make sure there was nothing I had to do before we get back into it, but does not seem to be. So let's go, shall we, into my least favorite background screen of the game, where it is very difficult for me to see because I'm fucking blind and contrast is hard, and I can't, if I set colorblind settings on my monitor, that would affect recording. And I mean, I'm not colorblind, just a higher contrast would be preferable because of my I'm going into boring detail no one cares about. Anyway, I walked up the road and back to the mansion. It's not quite 6 o'clock yet. God, thinking about that, getting home from school at 6 o'clock would be miserable for me. High school, at least. High school, I was home at like 3, and I wasn't in any clubs, to be fair. But even if I was, I'd be home by like 4, maybe 4:30 at the latest, because I wouldn't have joined any sports clubs because I'm not a very athletic person. And, well, most sports rely on having, good vision and depth perception, and, well, I don't have either of those. There's still an hour until dinner, so I'll kill some time in my room. God, I don't like eating dinner that late either. Like, I go to bed pretty late. I go to bed at like 12, 1-ish. But eating dinner, I eat dinner like 5. Because I'm fucking insane. Dinner is over, and it is now nighttime. A rare event, Akia, Kohaku-san, and Hisui are all sitting in the room, so I join them for some after-meal tea. Sounds lovely. I've never had after-meal tea. I quite like tea. Maybe I should start doing that. Nice oh god, I'd have to get a kettle. I don't know. Is that so? I like the second one rather than the first one. I think the taste is more refined. I can never decide on a voice for Kohaku. I have like in my head how I kind of want her to sound like, but nothing, I can't stick to anything because the idea of her voice kind of changes in the way, in my head, like her cadence and her tone. It's something that I think has to be very specific in some ways, but I can't ever decide on what the specific things to be. Anyway, I'm tired. It's a difficult choice. Difference in taste is great, but everyone handles a different concentration in varied ways. But Kohaku, you like Japanese tea better, right? I think Hisui prefers English tea. Hisui-chan does not mind the blends that much. She may look sensitive, but Hisui-chan is... Ne-san? Sensitive like she looks. See, there isn't anything she can't do, like cleaning or sewing, Suki-san. For some reason, I keep thinking that she calls him Chan, but she does not. Kohaku-san suddenly engages me in conversation. Hisui's glances seems somewhat scary, too. Why are you suddenly telling me that, Kohaku-san? Because Hisui-chan is your servant. You surely know about her sensitiveness, right? Well... I quickly look over at Hisui, and she is glaring daggers at us. Hisui stands there quietly with something like an air of attack around her. No, I don't think she's that sensitive. She takes care of things quickly even when I mess up something, and she doesn't get angry like someone else when I come home late. Nissan, you know it's perfectly natural for someone who breaks curfew to be scolded. I know, but isn't 8 o'clock a bit too early? I'm not a little kid, so let's make it like 10 o'clock from now on. I refuse. You don't have any reason to stay out that late anyway. It's not like you have a cram school or a club to attend. I can't really rebut her when she brings that up. Someone free like me coming home late means I'm out playing around. Shiki-san, it is like Akia says. It's dangerous out there recently, so please don't go out at night, okay? Dangerous? You mean those serial killings? Yes, Kohaku-san nods back. It almost makes me laugh. The one doing that, Nero, is no more. But the only ones who know that are me and Arcueid, and other people are still frightened about the shadows of the living dead. This morning they found another victim in the shopping district. And that's the 11th victim, you know, the 11th victim. Wow, 11th? That's amazing. That's a basketball... Wait a minute. Kohaku-san. Yes? What you just said, is that true? Yeah, it's true. It was in the morning news. It seems like it happened last night, but just like all the others, all the blood was completely drained. What? That's weird. Because Nero is dead. How can someone who died 2 days ago kill someone the day after? No way. Did he not die? No, that's definitely not it. He definitely died. So, how come... Then, maybe... My timer's going, yes, good. If the vampire roaming the streets disappeared, but those incidents are still happening, then the only vampire left in the city is her. Good night, Shiki-sama. Yeah, good night, Hisui. The door shuts softly, and I'm left in the room alone. Another victim appeared. Another victim killed by a vampire. It can't be Arcueid, right? She said she doesn't suck blood, and more than that, I don't think anyone who acts that human could do that. I only spent 2 days with her, but I can't believe she would do anything bad. Wasn't it technically 3, or am I misremembering? With her prettiness, her great smiling face, she can't suck someone's blood and discard them on the street. But there's been another dead body found. I should just meet her once more and ask her about it. Saying that aloud, I quickly act on it. I take the knife I used to fight Nero and sneak quietly out of the mansion. Going out into the streets, I start to search for Arcueid. My lungs feel like they're going to burst. I stop running and catch my breath. My body, which was running non-stop until now, wheezes to try to suck in more oxygen. My panting fills the air. This is no good. I can't find her. I ran down the street and to her place, but I still couldn't find her. That Arcueid, she's always around when you don't need her, but when you try to find her... I speak those words selfishly. It's been 4 hours. It's almost midnight, but I still don't see Arcueid anywhere. For some reason, I thought optimistically that I'd find her easily once I started looking for her. I want to see her again, and when we last parted, she said, "See you later." Shit, where did Arcueid go? For some reason, I'm getting very annoyed. I keep thinking I'll see her soon, but I don't. This is killing me. I thought we'd see each other again. What is that? It's like I'm in love with her. But that's stupid. Forcing a grim smile, I shake that thought from my head. I'll check out the park, and if I don't see her there, I'll go back. Taking a deep breath, I walk to the park. 2 nights ago. The park where so much happened. The park where I parted with Arcueid. There's something different about the park. Yeah, it's playing the creepy, ominous, bad things are happening music. The lampposts are off. The lampposts throughout the park are all turned off. The moonlit park seems more solitary than usual. Is it a power outage? I look around me. Outside the park, the lights are all working. The only lamps not working are within the park itself. Clang. What was that just now? I can hear something. The clamor sounds like it's coming from a fight. I'm curious. There's no basis for this, but this late at night, if there's any sort of trouble going on, I think it has to involve her. Alright. Trying as hard as I can to be silent, I head towards the source of the sound. I can see 2 figures facing off. Someone is wearing dark blue garments, and I can't tell who it is, but I can easily tell the other one. White garments and golden hair that can easily be spotted even in the moonlight. Arcueid is being attacked by this black human shape. That black human shadow is carrying something like a sword, and it isn't something like a simple fight. Sword in hand, it jumps towards Arcueid. Arcueid deflects the blade coming in towards her chest with her hand and lightly contacts the chest of that black shape. In the next instant, that sword-wielding shape flies through the air like a soccer ball. Thump, roll, roll, roll. Falling down on the brick pathway in the park, it keeps rolling as if easing the fall. No, to be more accurate, it rolls right towards me. It's dark and I can't tell, but in front of me the shape stops rolling and regains its feet. A sharp, cut-off voice. Fascinated by this display, I let out a deep breath of admiration. Suddenly, the sword-carrying figure ceases all movement. I am seen. The figure finally seems to realize I'm here, and then it leaps towards me with sword in hand. The cutting blade of the sword rapidly arcs towards my throat. This speed, this flying speed, this accuracy surpasses that of Nero's beasts. The shadow's movements is as fast as Arcueid's when she was tearing apart Nero's beasts. The sword pokes lightly at my neck. Thump. My heart accelerates to a feverish pitch. I don't even have time to think of the danger or to evade. My thoughts are filled only with death. The sword doesn't pierce my throat, but stops suddenly. Konoko? Senpai? Our voices overlap. Both of our voices are drowned in disbelief. Ciel Senpai and I stare at each other. Shiki, get away from her. Arcueid's voice calls from afar. Arcueid dashes towards us. Senpai glares at me with eyes that seemed to belong to another person. Like that, she turns around and runs off. Why? Senpai is completely gone. That black figure, Senpai wearing those dark clothes. That person who saved me 2 days ago when I was nearly killed by Nero's crows. But Senpai said that wasn't her, so why? Shiki? I suddenly realize Arcueid is in front of me. Arcueid. Are you alright? Did she do anything to you? Just like before, your senpai before, she looks at me intensely. But that doesn't matter. Did she do anything to me? I touch my neck that had a sword on it until now. There's a light, sharp pain. The finger that touched my neck is faintly painted red. Senpai's sword has cut my throat only a few millimeters deep. What is going on? Why would Senpai attack me? Why? Really, why would she glare at me like that? Isn't it obvious? You saw us trying to kill each other. She is someone who operates in complete secrecy, so she hates for an ordinary person like you to see what was happening. Arcueid says that unbelievable statement. Killing each other. Why? How come? Why would you and Senpai do something like that? Lost in pure shock, I can only manage those words. In the first place, I didn't come here to ask that. I wanted to ask her, Arcueid, about something, which is why I was out here in the first place. I don't know. I only came to see you, so why are you and Senpai trying to kill each other? Eh? Shiki, you came to see me? Yes. I had something I wanted to talk about, so I was just looking for you. So why did it end up this way? I don't know. My head is just spinning. Please, could you tell me what's going on, Arcueid? Well, I was just simply fighting with that person from the church. It isn't something that concerns you, so just forget about it, Shiki. It does concern me. But first, what do you mean by the church? Explain it so I can understand. Put it in 20 words or less, no words longer than 10 letters. Arcueid doesn't answer. She mulls it over until she nods. Sure, why not? Since you're that worried, I'll tell you. It really doesn't concern you, though. Do you really want to hear it? Yeah. No matter what it is, I won't mind. Oh, how enthusiastic. I'm actually a little curious about why you came to see me, though. Come on, please hurry. I want to hear about that person. Arcueid looks a little angry. I don't even think about why she would look like that after all of a sudden. My throat still hurts. Senpai, Ciel Senpai, pointed a sword at me. All I can think about is why Ciel Senpai would do that. Fine, then I'll tell you. The dead apostles are vampires that try the utmost to conceal their existence. In other words, to live, they must suck the blood of humans, so victims will always appear as long as they exist. But there's not too many stories of people being killed by vampires, right? Do you know why that is? Arcueid, I didn't ask about vampires. Sheesh, I'm trying to explain it to you in order, Shiki, so please answer, okay? Look, even when the vampires kill people, they try to hide it from the surrounding society that people like you live in. They seek to hide themselves and try as much as possible using magic and other things to camouflage their victims and make it appear natural. Do you know why? Well, it's because humans aren't stupid. If they find out about monsters like that exists that when they live, they'd attack them. Even though humans are weak, they do have things like police. If there are such things as vampires, an effort would be made to protect people from them. Then people would stop walking around at night, like what's going on right now. I think they try to hide themselves because that's inconvenient for them. Well, I guess that's true, but police are only a law enforcing group against humans. We don't consider them at all. But it's correct to say that vampires hide their presence for sake of self-preservation. Shiki, there is a natural enemy of the vampires. A group of something like professional killers that now have the power balanced in their favor. It's true for other transcendent species, but especially for vampires, it is fatal for them to reveal themselves. Even if a vampire made a secret kingdom in a village somewhere, in the mountains, away from all civilization, this natural enemy would definitely notice if victims kept increasing. Vampires exploit the humans in secret for no reason other than self-preservation. The vampires hide their dead victims' bodies not out of fear of human society finding out, but in fear of those natural enemies discovering them. They're natural enemies? She means someone that fights against vampires. Like Senpai, who is wielding a sword against Arcueid. So, they aren't human either? What are you saying? Their natural enemy is without a doubt you humans. Natural enemies? Us? Yeah. Starting from a long time ago, humans used many kinds of magic, the occult, magical ceremonies to create an organization and to start to eliminate other primates other than humans. The greatest of these is Christianity, the pride of the Vatican, the exorcist. The Catholic Church viewed non-humans as impurities, but vampires are considered the most dangerous. There are so many religions in the world, but the Catholic Church looks at vampires with more hostility than the rest. You know, it's almost an obsession. They are so insane, I don't even want to mess with them. Arcueid lets out a sigh. You know what I'm getting at by now. The one who tried to kill you was a member of an elite organization that hunts heretics. This group, the Burial Agency, is part of the church. They use their own strength rather than law to deal with contradictions to Christianity. These hidden exorcists are more like professional killers. Being the ones with contradictions, their existence is a shadow, so they do not come out in front of people. They are a section that should not exist within the church, within the organization called Christianity, so they kill all those that discover their existence indiscriminately. That woman, it seems she is now called Ciel, probably came here to hunt down the vampire in the city. Her sense for the enemy is far better than mine. She says this in an irritated manner. I don't have any words to say. Senpai is some sort of an exorcist who's hunting vampires. I just can't believe that at all. Because Senpai has such a gentle, good nature, she can't kill. She's not someone that can handle such things, unlike me. That's a lie. That's a lie, Arcueid. Because Senpai's an upperclassman at my school. So why would you say she's a member of the church? Hey now, Shiki, you know her. Arcueid draws near as if telling me she won't allow that. Of course, she's a third year at my school. I've known her since I was a first year. Since I was a first year? Something's wrong. Come to think of it, how long have I known her? I don't even know which class she's in. I try and remember, but I don't have any memories of her before that day when I found her mending those splints. Thank you very much, Tono-kun. Because she smiled as she said it. For some reason, I felt like I had always known her. This can't be true. First of all, the strangest thing is that Senpai was called Ciel like it was natural to be called so, but no one calls her with a different name. She was only called Ciel. How come no one doubted such a name? Arcueid, about Senpai, about that person. Who is she? Didn't I tell you? She's a member of the burial agency. She is a newcomer who entered only 8 years ago, but maybe she has great abilities. She's an agent already having a seat in the perfect number, the 7th. I don't quite get what Arcueid is saying, but the number 7 certainly is a perfect number. A number isolated from the others. Well, 7 did eat 9. Haha, haha. Dumb joke. In its solitude, it has nowhere to go. Isolation. Isolation. Since it is perfect, the Apocrypha named with that number refuses reincarnation. I don't quite get it, but for some reason, those words repeat inside my head. That's right. The members of the burial agency are highly skilled, so I guess it's easy for them to use suggestion on someone who can't even resist. That woman was probably deceiving you all in order to stay in your high school. Suggestion, like hypnosis? Yes, it can be a very complex order. She probably used something simple like, "Don't doubt Ciel." Yeah, that's it. I always felt like something was wrong from the beginning, but as soon as I would see her, those doubts would disappear. Feeling it as natural for her to be there, wasn't that one of Senpai's characteristics? I understand, but there's still something else. You said Senpai is a member of the burial agency, so why is she fighting you? They only fight bad vampires, right? So there isn't anything for you. There isn't any need for you two to fight, right? They only fight bad vampires, such as those that suck the blood of humans and cast their body away. Arcueid, you... What? Did I do something? Arcueid looks directly at me. I can't think it. I don't want to think that this person would ever suck human blood. But the truth is, the incidents are still occurring. Furthermore, Senpai, an exorcist from the church, is trying to kill Arcueid. Arcueid, don't tell me the killing yesterday was your doing. That's why you and Senpai were fighting? I grit my teeth. I speak those heavy, painful words as if confessing love towards a girl I like. Shiki, are you serious? Even I don't want to believe it. But then, who did it? Nero is dead already. So, that leaves, only you, right? I'm filled with regret as soon as I say those words. I still like her. She saved my life, and these 2 days were still a lot of fun. So, I don't want to separate her with her like this. But if she is the killer vampire, And then, smack! My head is hit with the fist. Yes, Shiki learned what the 5 fingers said to the face. Shiki, you idiot. Arcueid? I wouldn't normally let it be settled with just this, but since you look pitiful, I'll let it be enough. Smiling, Arcueid hops back. Shiki, you're a great person. What? Having her say that so suddenly makes my cheeks flush. And, in addition, you're so honest. I like those things about you. Arcueid smiles happily. Seeing her like that, I can't imagine her sucking on someone's blood. Arcueid, so... Yes, I'm not the killer. It's the work of some other vampire and not me. The knot in my chest disappears. I see. I knew it. Arcueid doesn't do those things. I see. It's the work of another vampire. That's a relief. Wait, that's weird. Hold on, Arcueid. You said it's another vampire, but isn't it odd for vampires to come out one after another? What are you saying? There aren't any new vampires. What? But Nero isn't alive anymore. There isn't anyone else that does something like that. Oh, I see. Shiki, you really made a big mistake. Arcueid gives an amazed sigh. You see, these serial killings you're talking about were always the work of just one vampire from the very beginning. So no new vampires will disappear, as Nero was unrelated to those incidents. Eh? Nero is unrelated? What do you mean? It's just like I said. You're normally pretty sharp, but you're lost at some points. Think back, Shiki. Nero was a vampire, but did he ever suck human blood? Suck blood? He ate humans and... Oh. I see. Why didn't I notice such a simple mistake? The victims of the serial killings are found with their dead bodies drained of blood. But Nero was different. He didn't leave any dead bodies behind. He not only drank the blood, but also ate the meat, leaving no trace. To prove it, the people eaten by him in the hotel were treated as missing people, not killed people. So, that means it is something completely different. I know this, ladies and gentlemen, is not the best stopping point, is not very good for a segue or a cliffhanger or anything like that, but I'm way over time and I was not paying attention to my timer. So this is where we're going to end off this episode in the middle of a conversation about, well, honestly, Shiki's ignorance, because it was kind of obvious that Nero wasn't the one doing that. I mean, I know we've already gone through the one route already, but still. But anyway, I hope to see you all next time in Tsukihime, where we finish off our conversation with Arcueid.